all you space engineers out there. Commander Kingfish here, and I am back in Space Engineers 2, doing an alpha playthrough, and I think this is episode 13. So what I've been doing, I started on the tutorial, and we've been doing all of the contracts, and we've got those complete. If we look at the map, we've gotten all of these sectors done. All the way over to the Helianos. Now it looks like there's going to be an Adre station going in, but it hasn't been connected or released yet. So we'll see when that's going to get released. Hopefully soon. So that's what we've got done so far. And then I have managed to build out, let's see, I've built out a reactor room, and I've got to finish this reactor. And I'm going to go and mine some more uranium. I have a spot. It's quite a ways away, so I'll probably do that off camera. It's somewhere around 118 kilometers, so that's a bit of a flight. And then I managed to get a living quarters done. We've got an O2 generator in. We've got the survival kit. And I might as well get charged up while I'm here. I put in a locker and a bed and crate and whatnot, a bathroom facility. So I think that's pretty much. You know what? I should look. Let's take a look here and see what we got. Do we have a kitchen? And I could probably put that in. Structural, productive, movement, illumination, entrances, decor. And I've got the sink, but I don't have any kitchen stuff, so we can't really put a kitchen in. But that would probably go right in along here. I could probably put it in there, put the stove, refrigerator, maybe put a sink right along there. So I think that would look out pretty good right there. Now, in the last episode, though, I was getting my production facilities done. And what I wanted to do was finish these up today. So let's see if we can get the parts for the assembler. And I need steel plates, gold thread, electronic parts, motor, and then more steel plates. So we're actually going to need to get some iron, so let's go ahead and do that. I did some mining. Let's get over here and see if we can't get the steel plates built. We got those much done, so now let's grab our motor, electronic parts. It looked like it took quite a few motors too. So let's do. Oh, okay. We're going to go with 89 motors. And then we can put those back. So electronic parts and gold thread. And let's do this. Electronic parts and gold thread. That should be enough. So we're close enough. And we need just a little more iron, so we can put this stuff back. And we'll just drop that in right there. Drop that in. And we'll just grab a little more of that. Hopefully that's enough. Let's see if that's enough. That's not quite enough. Alright, let's just grab the whole lot of it.
Inventory full.
There. We love listening to inventory full. Okay. So that is in place. That's our assembler. And we've got the refinery. Now I've been trying to figure out what the actual progression. Should you build a smelter first and then a refinery? So let's see what parts the assembler can build. Okay, that's the chemical synthesizer. So I think when I was looking at it earlier, this refinery requires a chemical synthesizer. So in order to build the refinery, you have to have an assembler, or you have to have acquired the chemical synthesizer. So I think the progression would be smelter first. So if we come over here, it's all basic parts. You can build this from your backpack. And then this, if we look at this, you can see that you can build motors, construction components, turbine blades, and chrome coating. This stuff here, I don't believe you can build with the backpack. So I think you have to build that through the smelter. So that kind of gives you an idea on what some of the progression is. Let's see if we can get this built, the fabricator. And that's going to take heavy duty plates. We have some heavy duty plates. Let's put the iron back in. And let's start grabbing these heavy duty plates. You can only carry 26 of them, so that's going to take a bit. And so we'll continue just to grab these heavy duty plates. Hopefully they're going to adjust this inventory a little bit, because those heavy plates, you know, the amount that's required and the amount that you can carry, it would be nice to be able to do it at least in a couple. All right, so now we need compressors and titanium sheets. So I think if we put these back, and we needed compressors. Where are they? I know I have some. Ooh, I don't know if I have enough compressors. But I needed titanium sheets, so let's see what we got here. I need 7 more compressors. So let's see where we build the compressors at. And that's right here. So I needed, what did I say? Shoot. How many more? I needed 7 more. I don't have a lot of material, so that's why I am trying to only produce what I actually need. And oh, you know what? Let's see something. Do I have this all connected up? That's connected into there. Nope, I do not have that connected into there. That's why. I've got it connected to there. All right, so let's take our slices and let's see if we can kind of get these in place. Hopefully I got that lined up properly. I'm going to be highly disappointed if it's not. Well, I know that that's not lined up. Let's see if we can do it better from up above. All right, I think that one doesn't look like it's quite lined up properly. There we go. I think that's lined up. Now let's see if we can get this lined up. Probably would have been better to give a little more space. But let's see what we need. And I need some iron. So let's grab that iron. That's plenty. Okay. That one's built. And then that one's built. And let's see what's happening here. it connected up. So it's building our compressors, and so we had enough materials. It was able to pull those materials in. All right, so let's go ahead and put this iron back, and hopefully maybe we can grab, see if we can grab those compressors out of there. I can. All right, now we should be able to finish. All right, so that's that. We need the platinum, electrode, and then heavy duty plates. All right, and I think I have these. Platinum, we can put these back, and then more heavy duty plates. And we need 10 more heavy duty plates. And then this will be all of the production facility equipment or components. Put this back, more heavy duty plates. And let's see if we can get this up fully functioning. It is. All right, now we can put these back. Okay, so let's see what the fabricator can make. The fabricator can make the advanced compressor, the titanium blades, the laser, mainframe. See, this is where I think, so if we go to the mainframe, it's going to require a motherboard and a hard drive, which I think if we come over here, motherboard and hard drive. So that's the assembler. So I think the assembler has to get built, and then that gives you the ability to produce this stuff over here. I kind of think smelter, assembler, refinery, and then fabricator. Let's see if we can finish getting this all connected in and make sure that we've got that all connected. Come on, there we go. Let's get that built. And we'll just kind of keep building along here. And then we'll paint these up. I'm not sure what color I want to paint these things. Oh, I guess it took quite a bit of to get this to fit in. I had to use these shorts because one of these sections was too long. And then we've got the curved. And then we should be able to access all of our inventory. Hopefully I got enough. Actually, I might have to go and grab some more. Ooh. Figures. I always are running short. A little more iron.
Inventory full.
And then I'm going to kind of show you. There we go. That's all connected up. So let's make sure we can get to our inventory from here. And we can. All right. So everything is all connected. So we actually have a production facility on what we can do right now in SE2. We can produce all of the components, all of the parts, and we've got to connect it in. We just need to be able to find the materials. And so I think if we look at G, that's our production. So we've got this stuff all built. We've built, that's decor. I've pretty much kind of built that out. Energy, I've got those built, and I've built a battery, and I've built the reactor. So those are built. We've built entrances. I've built lights, logistics. I've used all of this stuff. I have not built a medical room, and we may end up doing that, but right now we've got the survival kit. I will find a place for the medical room. So, and then structurally, we've been using these parts all along, and I'll continue to use more of those. So the other thing I wanted to take a look at, we come down here, since we have everything connected in, I wanted to see on the gear forge a Mark III drill. It takes stainless pipe and pressure pipe. I should be able to do that if we come over here to the inventory. Shoot. All right, there we can drop this into here. And then if we go over to production, let's produce one. And I need stainless steel. And I don't have any of that, huh? I thought I did. Apparently I do not. Well, let's see what we can do. Tools. I guess I can only do production from here. So let's go find where it takes to make stainless steel. And that's steel tube. And then this is, I needed 2 of those. Let's produce those. Okay. All right. Now let's see if this pulled in. It did not pull it in. I know this is all connected into the system. So I think there's, again, so if we go over to our inventory, we go down here, we can come down here to the refinery. We can grab these 2 and, oh, back to our inventory. And then we can drop these into here. And there it goes. It just built it. All right. Back to the inventory. And I'm sure a lot of this stuff is going to get cleaned up. So like with the Gearforge not reading all of the inventory out there. Or maybe there's a system that's put in place where once it's produced in the refinery, it goes into a cargo bin that everything has access to. So now the other thing we've got to do is, if we go back to G, character gear, and we need to pull this down. That right there. All right. So next thing I wanted to do is give you an idea on what these mines are. And I'll show you a little trick that I do to finding, or, once I get my mine started, you can kind of see off over in the distance right there. I go ahead and just throw some, if that's close. Now, if it's much farther than that, or if it's a ways away and I have to take the sledge, then I actually put a GPS marker in. But this helps reduce the number of GPS markers. I had an iron marker over here and I was able to remove that. And so I can find this because it's close to the base. But this will kind of give you an idea of how big some of these mines are. I am been kind of working around the edge. And let's do this. I don't know how effective this new drill is. If it gets you more iron. And we'll see how quickly this can grab your iron. So I haven't necessarily noticed a lot of difference between the tools. The other trick that I've learned is one of the problems that you have is falling through space or falling through the terrain, and then you have to fly back. The best way to do it is fly back up. But if you keep your jetpacks on, then I have not fallen through the terrain since I do that. So that's how I get around to mining in here. But you can kind of see some of the seams that are showing up, that sort of thing. And I think they've already got a bug report in on that, and they're already working on that. So we'll get a load of iron while we're here. But this kind of gives you an idea. I like to go around the edge and I try not to do that so that I don't leave any iron laying around. But you can kind of see how big this iron deposit was. So it's a little bit bigger than what you're finding on Verdure, but it's not like what we're used to in SE1. And I'm hoping they're going to make some adjustments on that, because a whole bunch of little deposits here and there, I don't know, that doesn't seem to be very worth trying to build any kind of mining production. And maybe they're trying to take the mining out of it. If that's the case, then, you know, I think that's kind of an important part of space engineers. So let's go ahead and put that in there. All right. So we've got, let's settle down here. Get the welder back out. And let's close this up. So now we have this all built and in place. Let's give these things some color. Let's see what happens here. And so I brought the paint gun up. And it's just part of your tools. You don't have to build this or anything. And again, if you go into your character gear, if we go into G and character gear, you'll see that it's right here. So you just grab it and put it down. And I don't remember seeing that before, but it may have been there all along. Right now, we haven't had any need for oxygen. It seems like it just stays at 100%. So I think that will change definitely when Vertical Slice 2.2 comes out. All right, so if you want to pick a color, you can point it at, say we want to make these all yellow. You do a right click and then that gives you a yellow. So I do another right click and then that changes it back. So I think I want my floors to be gray. I've been leaving my conveyor junctions as yellow. And if you want to look at replacing a color, you hold down, let's see, R is the quick menu. That brings up your menu. Now there's no skins available. So if you want to select a color, and these are our colors that we have. Now I know that there's a mod out there that has a little more color, but I'm not putting any mods in yet. So let's see. My walls are going to be green, so I want to stay away from that. What if we use red? Let's see how that will look. That might not be too bad. A little stuttery from when it saves. There we go. Now it defaults when you go to build something, it defaults. But one of the things I did discover is as you've got stuff laid down. So let's pick this color here. Now there's this one and then this one. I got that. So even though this is not completed, if we click that, and then let's go ahead and build out these 2 blocks. Actually, I think I can get into my inventory here. We need some iron.
Inventory full.
So I sprayed this block. So if we build this block out, it's going to be yellow. But if we build this block out, this is the one I painted. And it is gray already. So you don't have to have the blocks completely built. So let's go ahead and paint that so that we've got that consistent. Get back to our welder here. Okay. So one of the things that I was looking at, and I'm trying to figure out the best way to build out these walls. Now I put a corner wall in. So if we come over here, and I think I have my walls right here. So the problem with a corner wall, if we flip it up and we rotate it around, I think it actually goes like this. But then that gives you a floor, or it sets up. And then if we go like this, come on, get turned around here. If we go like that, we put that in there like that, you run into the same problem that I had over here. So if we come back inside, you'll see that corner block drops down 1. And so I'm assuming the assumption is that you build your walls out, but then your walls don't fit. So I haven't figured out exactly what the idea is, or what the best opportunity for building out your corner walls. If this is supposed to be a floor, or if this is supposed to be a wall. But what I've been doing is, if we come up here, I've been filling in for the roof. So if we come down here, we've got this roof in. I've basically been putting in another layer across the top. So if we come back in here and take a look, you'll see that this one corner sticks down. But what this does by putting in this corner block, then it allows me to fill in my wall blocks and keep them consistent with the blocks below. So that means we can, except this building is going to be taller, and so that corner block there is not going to work. So let's actually take that out, because we are going to have to put in these wall blocks along here. So they would go in right along the edge here. There we go. In order to get that tall enough. And let's see. We're not going to build this all out today, obviously. So if I put that right there, and you can kind of see what part of the problem will be. So that fits there. Still getting used to controls. Now, if we go to put
Energy low.
this right here and we flip this around, you can see that you can see the markers down below. If we do control, you can see, let's see, get this over here, right there. You can see it's one block too long. Now, what you can do is use detailing blocks when you get down to a certain point. So that's how I'm going to put this building together. That building was just one high. This one's going to be a lot higher. So, and then I think we have the opportunity to do it like this. So we've got this corner here. And that will fit there like that. I think if we hold control, it will allow us to put those all in like that. Although I don't want to do that exactly, because what I would like to do actually, I may do it right here. I actually, you know what? I need to take that out, because what I want to do right here is go with a half wall and put that right there like that. That. And then if we come back to a full wall, like that. Because what I want to do is put windows in there. And so now let's put this in here like that. And then we are going to build this up. And I guess we'll go one more. Or, you know, what we could do. But, nope, you know what I need to do? Actually, I've got a battery in. But we need to get into our survival kit here and get charged up. Now, one of the nice things of having a battery in your backpack is it will automatically refill your suit to 100%. So let's do this. Let's go half block up here. And again, this is kind of just messing around. So now that gives you the ability to put your roof on. So I'll continue to work on that. I think what I want to do now is let's do a little more welding here. And if we come down, we've been going about a half hour, so that's probably about as long as you want. I've got a lot of memory. I've got 64 gigabytes. So, but there is a memory leak, and it will continue to build up. And so it's always a good policy to get out of the game after a certain amount of time and then get back in just to save it and let your memory get cleared out. All right, so what I wanted to do though was start getting some of this stuff built out. And I think I have iron on me. So one of the other problems I've been having is trying to get your contact point. And so I find that sometimes it doesn't always, you kind of got to be real sensitive around the edges. I'm getting more used to it, being able to do that. And let's go ahead and grab a little more iron.
Inventory full.
And then we can start getting this built out. So the idea is I'm going to enclose this building. We'll do that in the next episode, and then we'll have that done. I think what I also want to do is try to get everything else completed around here, get my grates in, get my supports in, and kind of continue to work on the base. And then this will be the landing spot for the sledge. That we can come in and land here, and we can unload into our cargo bin. So let me unload this. We'll weld these up, and then I think we will call this good. We should be able to get this walkway done pretty much down to these other buildings. And then we can start. Then I'm going to start producing components, figuring out what other ores I need. There we go. I think we're almost. And that's it. Yep. All right. Well, let's come back down over here. And we'll just see. One of the things I've been noticing, though, is that if you point like here, and sometimes it stays lit. Not sure. See, like I was way back here, and it seems to be when I am putting my welder onto there. So I think it's another little glitch that I've seen in the bug report. So a lot of these stuff is getting reported. So, all right. Well, I've been rambling on enough. Let's call it good right here. All right, engineers out there, if you like this video, please hit that thumbs up. It really does help out the video. And please subscribe. That will really help out the channel. Okay, engineers, keep your heads low, keep building away, and don't get shot. And with that, Commander Kingfish is out of here, and I will see you all in the next video. Thanks for watching, everyone.